So when we start to feel triggered, what is the best steps to take?
So when you're triggered and in that cycle, the best thing that you can do is you want to take a step back and if you can, meditate or get to a neutral point with it where you can breathe and see it from an objective perspective. Sometimes that means just moving the body and being in presence. Sometimes that means talking it out with a friend and talking it all out and getting it out there and unpacking and seeing the root cause of where that came from so that it can just be sometimes that is experiencing your worst fear about that. When your subconscious brings those things to your mind and you are triggered with these fears, sometimes it's allowing that fear to completely play out in your mind as if it truly is allowed to happen. And to see the result is that you will still be surviving and everything will still be okay. But there are many different things that you can do. But if you can be in presence and neutrality and breathe with it and see it and try to ask, where did this start? Where did I first hear this? Where did this first experience happen? And it'll take you to that place that need to see. And you can ask too, is this mine? That is really important. And when you go to that place and you see where it first initially started, and you can unpack it and see, like, and ask out of all the things you know that you are from Source Creator, that you are of the light, that you are unconditionally loved, is this actually true? And also put your hand out and see if you can put that experience into your hand and physically manifest it. And once you realize that is just an energetic frequency of the past, and it doesn't physically manifest right now, and it doesn't truly exist right now, you can understand that it is something that no longer serves you. And you can understand, what can I learn from this so I have different outcomes next time? So I can not have this experience again. This is a great way to come down to the basics of understanding, is this of unconditional love? And a lot of times you'll see that the person or the experience that you had with that it was their traumas and their upbringings or their experiences that they were mirroring out. And it was a distortion that they mirrored out and became a part of your reality. But you have the option now to see if that's truly of who you are. When you connect in with that light within yourself and you connect in that beauty within, does that resonate with that light? And if it doesn't, just it's an opportunity to say, okay, it doesn't define me anymore. That's not who I am. That's not my soul frequency. And just ask for your team to help you clear it and alchemize it and place it into this beautiful gold alchemization. Return it to source energy and allow it to reinvent itself as something of a higher frequency.
So lately, I've just been talking to people, and whenever I tell them that I have a spiritual business, they ask me, what can I start doing to get rid of my anxiety? Or I've had people be like, "Oh, can you just scan me really fast?" and be like, "Oh, I'm so stressed." Where or I tell people I help them like release emotion out of their body, and they're like, "Oh, I need that." I know I have emotion I'm holding on to. So when these people come to us, but they have zero understanding of spirituality, they don't know spirituality, they don't know how to meditate, they really have they have been in the 3D matrix their entire life, and they just don't like the way that they're feeling. When these people come to us, what is the best advice to give them in that moment?
Well, the best advice for one is honesty and integrity as far as where they're at. So each individual person, it's going to be hard to address that on a blanket statement, but honest and integrity, and holding a place of neutrality, of love, no judgment. And you can take that moment to just have them close their eyes and take a deep breath in and tap in with that anxiety and be like, okay, so I want you to just take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and then say, okay, just where do you feel like that anxiety is coming from? Just really ask them. And they're going to be able to answer right then and there where that trapped energy is coming from, where that anxiety is coming from, what the thoughts are. And then you'll be like, see, you do know the answers. Like you can do this. And then just give them the ability to understand that they have the capability to tap in, and encourage them to tap in and ask their guides or ask for whatever needs to be shown to them. And it will help them, the cookie crumb trail, it will help them to ask more questions. But also be honest with that it's not a quick fix. How you guys are conditioned to have these thought loops and these thought programs doesn't happen overnight. Yes, certain instances can create long-term effects, but the fundamentals of all of these patterns and the way the energy gets blocked within your body doesn't happen overnight. So the honesty of like, are you willing to work at it? Like it's not going to just erase unless, and it does happen for some people where they just unconditionally love themselves and forgive everyone and have that like eye-opening moment. But in all reality, a lot of it doesn't happen that way if they can't truly forgive and release and understand those things. And so be honest in that it's going to take work, but if they want to have support, and if you're willing and you feel that connection, that you would be there to help support them. But the quick fix thing, I mean, that's what it stops the suffering for a moment, but it doesn't make it so they're thriving.
Yeah, that makes sense. So if they, I like the idea of just reminding them to breathe. Um, what about for people that are highly analytical? Because for just anybody walking on the street, if somebody stopped me, I would just be like, "Oh, um, like watch your breath, or maybe you could try meditating." What if people are extremely analytical?
To teach them to feel, to connect them with their senses. But here's the reality of the situation and what you guys are all going through is with free will, unless someone's willing to do the work and they're ready, you can try to throw band-aids and you can try to give little resuscitation tools where you can. But unless someone's ready and wanting to make that choice to dive in and to heal thyself, your energy is better focused on yourself by being an example or pouring into those that are there that want the help. If there are examples that come up that you encounter, if you tap into your intuition and you ask that question in the moment, someone's here, they're saying, what can I do? I'm having anxiety. So take a deep breath yourself and ask your team, am I meant to intervene here? Am I meant to say anything? Can you give me the guidance?